I'm Kristen.
And I'm Zach.
And welcome back to our podcast.
This is episode 2, and we got some good topics today.
This week we will be discussing life now, a day in the life per se, and get your guessing hats on.
Anybody want to take a guess?
What are we drinking? No one guessed last week, so...
So the mystery lives on. And it's a whole new drink this week.
It is.
I almost spoiled it. I almost just said what it was.
Based on your face, you might not like it.
I might or I might not. I am 5 months late for a haircut, and all I can do is look in the mirror and just or the camera and just see how long my hair is getting, but that's fine. What are we talking today, Kristen?
We're talking about our life now. Day in the life, what we do, what's our life about. Last week we gave a little rundown of our story, so if you want to have an understanding of that, check that out. And this week we're talking about life now. Why are you confused?
I just thought we were talking about something else. Well, it's a surprise to the audience and myself.
No, we were just going to go through a day in the life and get specific into what our life looks like now. And we're also going to talk a little about how we prioritize each other in the busy season of life we're in. So do you want to kind of talk about what a week in the life looks like?
I thought we were doing wedding planning this week.
No, that's week 3.
Okay. So wait, you should go first then, because I'm a little behind. I was setting up all the stuff. She was writing out the outline.
We decided that if we were going to talk about life now. Last week we said at the end of our video.
Yeah, I don't remember. You go first.
It's okay.
Ladies first. Yeah.
Ladies first. All right, so let's kind of just talk through a week in our life. Right?
Okay, I like it.
Mondays. I go to work.
This is coming back to me.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
this is coming back to me. Okay, carry on.
Monday mornings, I go to work. I work at a school and I teach voice lessons. So I go to work on Mondays and I do that until about the afternoon. And then after that, my Monday evenings are kind of free right now. They were busy with rehearsals since I do lots of theater. I usually have rehearsals in the evening, but I got my Monday evenings back. So that's what Mondays look like for me.
Mondays for me, that's Red Deer Real Estate Day, baby. I go into the office, kind of our makeshift office at Jeannie King's studio. So I go there. And we film some videos. We catch up on admin work that I hate, but it's more fun with friends. And I'm finally getting the admin work, making new business cards, making a new website, all the things I've been pushing off for a long time just for myself. Getting that done on Mondays every week. It's been really good because I hate doing stuff like that, but I'm getting it done now. So that's good because I always just want to do the deals.
Yeah.
I always want to make a new deal.
Yeah.
But you got to do both.
You got to do both.
Yeah.
Admin stuff. Monday. We did it.
Monday nights range.
They range,
I feel
depending on the month.
You do a lot of girls' nights Monday nights.
Yeah, but those have stopped now because everyone has different schedules this semester.
But if you do a girls' night, it would be on a Monday or Wednesday, right? Yeah. So that happens.
Yeah. Well, that's Monday. Tuesday, I go to work, teach more voice. I'm there kind of the whole day. And then Tuesday evenings, we usually see my family. That's kind of been consistent lately.
It was Saturdays when you had rehearsals for Guys and Dolls, and now it's Tuesdays.
Yeah. So we kind of see my family on Tuesday nights. We try to see our families once a week if we can. Every week and a half if we can.
Once
last week,
month if we can.
Yeah, it
whatever.
depends. So right now, Tuesdays inconsistently is when we see my family. But yeah, Tuesdays are pretty chill for me.
Well, because you just do the same thing.
It's just my same thing. Yeah.
That's the day I go into the office, and that's when we do film making stuff. So we've been working on this feature, getting all the locations scouted out, looking through auditions, reaching out to actors. Might be making a feature film this summer. We've been putting a lot of work toward that on Tuesdays. And also whatever we didn't get done for Monday Real Estate Day. And also, this is all subject to, we haven't actually had these schedules for a week and a half because I've been out showing properties, they've been out listing properties, and so, which is good because that's the whole goal. But we haven't had these days for a while. But that's what a normal Tuesday looks like this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wednesdays, you you could have guessed it. I'm back at work. I work on Wednesdays as well.
This is great.
Same school. I know. Well, it's good. I like knowing
it
people
does
doing
get
a
weird
week.
from here. So
yeah. So I go to school. I was about to say school. I go to school to teach on Wednesdays again, teach some lessons. And then Wednesdays nights for a while last year were our date nights. But then we joined a young married group, and we also we are also on our young adults leadership team. And so now 3 of our 4 Wednesday evenings are booked every month. And I had rehearsals for a while, so I missed like 2 months of that. And so Wednesdays are weird. Wednesdays are really weird.
It's an alliteration. Weird Wednesdays.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the one of those groups meets every other week. One of those meets once a week, and then we have 1 week off, and I'm never sure which one that is. And we've switched to second and fourth after being first and third. I don't know. We normally just have one of those things.
Yeah. Weird.
It is a weird time. That's normally the third catch-up day if we didn't get everything done the first 2 days for film.
Yeah.
Because normally Tuesday ends up going to real estate, and then Wednesday is film. So I'm normally also back in the office that day too, pretty consistently. And now we're to
Thursday. Thursday, I don't work at my normal job. I have another job where I teach a tap class, and so I do that Thursday mornings.
At a collegiate level. We're not giving exact locations on this episode, but
Absolutely not.
That's a flex, babe. Good job on that. Yeah.
And I do that Thursday mornings, and then I have a private studio that I teach voice lessons and piano lessons for at my house. So I have some people who come see me on Thursdays sometime.
Yes.
But Thursday is basically my weekend in a way, because I only work one job that day instead of multiple jobs. And then Thursday evening is our young adults group that we prepare for, and so we kind of just hang out there on Thursday nights. Sometimes we see your family on Thursday afternoons,
like for a kind of lunch dinner of sorts, for like an hour.
Breakfast food, lunch, dinner, breakfast food.
Yeah, we eat breakfast food at 4 p.m. So it's lunch, dinner, breakfast is what I call it. And it's my favorite meal of the week.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Thursdays is kind of my off day, even though I still do a lot on Thursdays.
Yeah. But that is kind of like our like Saturday or Sunday, because we both kind of work weekends-ish. So we take like Thursday as like our day off or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when we binge all the TV we're watching in life.
Or we cleaned the whole house yesterday.
That's so true.
It's nice, and
we got to do our house tour soon.
Oh yeah, we could do that in our next episode.
What if like in between these podcasts we do like a little mini video like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Thursday. Anything else you do on Thursday? Not really.
Oh well, Thursday when you're at teaching tap dancing. Well, you're tap dancing. That's when I catch up on my Bible reading, and I'm doing the whole Bible in a year this year. And by reading, I do in fact mean listening, because I'm listening to the daily audio Bible, and that's when I 2x speed catch up on anything that I missed. Have a big long quiet time, because it's like if you're only gone for like an hour and a half, then we're gonna hang out the rest of the day. I don't want to like start a big project or anything, so that's when I just like
chill.
Take a big long devotional time.
Yeah. Fridays are also kind of my day off. I have private students. I was going to put students and studio together. Students. I have private students who come visit. And right now I have shows still on Friday evenings, but moving forward after the show's over, my Fridays are going to be probably my most open day, actually. Fridays will probably be my day off, even though I teach a lot of private students on Fridays. But Friday evenings, we also try to see your family, but I haven't been over there for a while on Friday nights because of my shows. It's just hard.
Yeah, Fridays are a little... We're trying to get some consistency, but when the schedule changes so much with shows, they're a little wacky. And actually, the last few Fridays I've been showing houses, which is really good, thank God, because last year was a slow year and this year's picking up. So Fridays, people want to see houses so far. And same with like this weekend. I don't have anything today. Today's Friday, and we're recording our podcast either Thursday or Friday now. And so last Friday I edited this. Today, Friday, I'll be editing and posting this same day. Wow, that's quick.
Wow, good job.
Hopefully. And then that brings us to
Saturday.
Saturdays for the boys.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have lots of time off on Saturdays right now in life. I used to teach a lot on Saturdays, and
Yeah, that kind of fell off.
right now I don't have a lot of students on Saturdays just because life happens. And so on Saturdays, I kind of have the whole day off, and then I have shows in the evening. So Saturdays are chill for me right now.
Nice. Saturdays for me, tomorrow morning, I'm going to go out to a coffee shop in Sterling Ranch. I'm going to try to get some buyers because there's lots of homes up for sale around there. So I'm literally just going to like vulture at a coffee shop and see if I hear anybody looking for a house. It's a new idea I have, and it's a little psycho, but we're going to see. And also the weekend is when I'm going to catch up on some of my homework for film school. Oh, that's Mondays. I didn't say that was Monday nights for me. Because that's Monday night, so I gotta get my homework done over the weekend. So
A schooling boy.
a school child. Sundays.
Sundays we go to church, and then Sunday afternoons right now I have a show, but then my Sunday evenings we kind of hang out again. We'll see your family sometimes. We'll see my family. We'll see friends. Sundays are always up in the air. They always change. Actually, every day always changes, as you can
They're
tell.
always
it's
a
very
little all over
inconsistent.
the place. But
And then sometimes you work Sunday
you've had
afternoons.
shows a lot of Sundays for the last
3
year and a half.
4 months.
well,
year and a half.
yeah, sure.
Oh man.
Any range of time.
I guess between rehearsals and shows, every Sunday afternoon has been booked for like 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you
pretty much
work
that.
on Sunday afternoon sometimes.
Sometimes. I did this last week. Again, it's really picking up. So that's the hard thing is that like sometimes my schedule, like, sorry, I'm like all the way
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
okay.
Sometimes I like need that time clear, but then that makes it hard to like book anything else because I never know. You know what I mean? So then I'll have like random afternoons off or an hour and a half off, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that time. So that's why I'm trying to make more content and make this podcast, make a real estate podcast, some other content on other
Podcasts.
platforms, lots of podcasts, and because I do have like random time off that I'm not doing stuff. So I don't know. I kind of have been obsessing about productivity over the last 2 months, and it's made my life a little miserable, and now I'm trying to like balance it all out.
Yeah. So as you can see, our schedule's kind of wacky.
Do we do Monday? Oh, we started with Monday.
Yeah. And so let's just talk for a couple minutes about, because that's just like work stuff. And then some of those events, like our young married group, is like seeing people, but we also have friends outside of those like young adults and young married groups that we try to see. And then we also have, like, I do girls' nights, and you have, sometimes you hang out with your guys, and like we also have families, and we also try to, like, we didn't even say we have a date night
When do I hang out with my guys?
Like your brothers will come over. Or,
Okay.
You
I
know
was
what
like,
I mean?
I don't have guys.
Yeah, you got guys.
I got bros.
Those are your guys, you know?
Okay.
We didn't even say that we have a date night right now. We don't have an official date night, but we try to get that in.
shows. But also, we have like all those afternoons we were just talking about.
Exactly. So those are like date days.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you say we try to prioritize each other in busy seasons?
Well, when we get busier, then actually I feel like that's when we're more intentional about date nights and making sure we have one. Right now, because we've had basically Thursday, Friday kind of off for the last month or half a month, 2 weeks. We've been worse about like having a consistent date night. But then once we're like booking ourselves out more, both of us, like I'll get more busy, you'll get more busy. Then we try to make sure that there is a date night in there.
We always try to do a date a week.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like making chicken nuggets here and watching a TV show.
Mm-hmm. No, I do think we're pretty good about that. And I think also just calling things dates. We saw that on TikTok, but calling things dates that maybe aren't like fancy or bougie, but just like eating lunch together one afternoon and catching up on each other's TikToks.
Yeah.
We call that a date. Or like it doesn't have to be dressing up, going out, spending money.
Which we really don't do that often. Like we did that for Valentine's Day, obviously, but like...
And it just depends. Like there's some months we'll do that like all the time, it feels like. And just like
Because that's all we'll have is like we have an hour to get dinner. So let's just like go out. We don't have groceries. Let's just go. You know what I mean? Like let's just go out to eat really quick.
Or even just February. Like I felt like there were lots of things that just came up. Like we just ate out a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at that.
Did you write down our meals?
I did.
Wow, she's good. She is good, folks. Because I couldn't tell you one thing I ate last week.
Well, I didn't write down what you ate because I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
So we can think about it as we go.
Sure.
But,
okay.
Yeah, I think we do a good job at prioritizing, just like making things into dates and stuff like that. I don't know.
You sound nervous. You sound. It's not a passing or failing
hard.
thing, babe. You sound unsure.
No, it's just life is always changing. Like neither of us have just had like a 9-to-5 job ever, where it's like 9 to 5, and we have this event on Thursday night. I don't do any extracurricular activities. You don't do any extracurricular activities, and we're always home. Like I always see these TikTok couples who are like, here, like what we ate in a week, and like they're cooking meals like Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Too many nights.
That's what I'm saying. Like
make that make sense.
Like. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I'm like, and I have a show 3 nights a week, and then this random rehearsal, and you have this weird event where you're showing houses. Like, we don't have that consistency in our life and haven't had that consistency. So, like, it is constantly changing. Like, to now, our date nights are Thursday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Like, that's our date, you know, which is fun. And we make it fun.
Even if no one ever watches this podcast, this is so, like, therapeutic and, like, good for us to, like, audit our week basically.
I know.
Well, this week is a lot because normally the what we're watching, what we're eating, what we're working on is a consistent part of the show, but this week we literally went through a week in a life of.
Yeah.
And now we're doing that basically more.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just like you're really getting to know what a week looks like for us.
But also I kind of love this because I feel like people don't get it. Like, I feel like people don't
get our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm just realizing my audio is so much louder, but I can fix that later. Or I'll just be louder.
Oh, perfect. So, that's kind of how our life looks like. I don't know if there's anything... Is there anything else we need to talk about? I mean, we try to get chores and stuff done in between. Mostly Zach.
No, we don't. We'll let the house just collapse in on us and then dig ourselves out like we did yesterday. Though? I don't know. I think it's 50-50.
I don't know.
We're just right in the middle, maybe.
Yeah. Cheers to that, you know?
Do you think people... I kind of don't. I think it's a good mix. I think there are people that live like really spotless, clean house lifestyle. And then there's people that never clean up, so...
We're in between.
We're a good mix. If people are coming over...
We clean up, we tidy up.
I'd say maybe that's the majority of people.
And I have lots of
like
students
that.
who come over, and so we do keep it clean because it's not a pigsty for our students.
Like this room and like
the
dining area clean.
Upstairs can get really rough.
Upstairs, the floor can disappear pretty consistently.
Because we both own a lot of clothes.
We do have a lot of clothes, despite probably me wearing something very similar to this last week.
I know, I'm just in a different hoodie this week.
We're like wearing the same thing.
It's
There's
cold
similar
today, though.
Clothes, but there's a good amount of them upstairs.
There's a lot of them. So, yeah, that's kind of what our life looks like now. It obviously, it is ever changing. January was so different from February. February, it's going to be so different from March because I have 2 weeks off of work in the middle of March. So, like, that's going to change everything, too. Like... And then March is going to be different than April. Like, we do not have a consistent schedule ever. And I don't know if we ever will.
Probably not. I don't imagine.
It's a fun time.
Does it get more consistent with kids one day?
No.
I think it might. Like, your parents have a consistent schedule because of your brothers and vice versa. Like, my parents have semi-consistent schedules. Or, like, when we were younger. Nah, probably not.
Nah, probably not.
Nah.
All right, well.
Yeah, because it changes.
Yeah.
Kids' schedules change, just like what we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah. So that is our life now. Let's move on to our fun little 4 categories for the week, shall we?
What are we eating?
Nope. What's on our mind? Number 1. What's on our mind?
Oh, that is number 1.
Should I go first this week since you went first?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, do you know when you're in like social situations and it's like awkward and you're like meeting people for the first time and you're getting to know people?
Yeah.
And people ask you if you are like an ocean girly, a mountain girly, or a city girly, or a guy.
People have never asked me if I'm a guy or an ocean girly.
But
no.
like,
is that like a question?
Yeah, would you rather spend time like around like or just like the stereotypical, like I live in Colorado because I'm a mountain gal, or I want to go to California because I'm a beach boy, or I just need that city life. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking about that recently because I don't think I'm any of them.
That's what I was going to say about
Really?
you. Yeah.
About me?
You just like the burbs.
The burbs.
Yeah. Suburbs.
Because, like, the mountains are cool.
You don't think that?
I do. I like...
No,
here's the thing.
You're just trying not to get canceled.
When I'm in the mountains, I'm like, wow, this is hype. But I'm never like, I want to go to the mountains. The beach, I am afraid of the ocean. But also... it sounds nice to just like I love the idea of loving the beach.
Oh,
but I don't love it.
I love the beach.
And city life, it's just not my thing. It's too crowded. I don't know. And so I've just been thinking about that lately. Like, I don't think I'm any of them. Which then is that what that makes me? Mm-hmm. Burbs?
You like the burbs. Burbs girl. Girly.
Great. I'll say that to someone next time they ask me.
So,
what are you?
So
you're an ocean boy.
Modern plane of you.
You're an ocean boy.
I'm just such a suburbs girl. No, but you really are.
I know.
I think I am too. But you know what I am? A homebody.
So the burbs.
Yes, but my home could be, but like, beach homebody. Like I would be a beach.
So you're
I
a
would
beach
live on
boy.
the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really do just love, like, I would love a staycation just as much as a vacation.
Oh no, I'm a vacay. But that's the other thing. I'm a vacay girl. Like if you're like, should we stay in for the weekend? Or girl, I'm a go out all through and through.
Yeah.
Although more recently, I've loved just being at home. Like when we have decided like what should we do for a date? Like should we go out to eat or should we just stay here? I'm always like, let's just stay in our home.
I like going out for a date or staying home for a date.
But like recently, we've just been like, let's just stay in our home.
I love our little like little town, like going down the street to the coffee shop.
Little town.
And like
we never go down the street to the coffee shop.
I do. I did this week.
Oh, you never take me
on what I'm eating. Yeah, but I love like working at a coffee shop. You know.
Yeah. Oh, me too. But I just want to do that more. Maybe we should prioritize that for our dates.
True. We're pretty good about going to coffee shops.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I love, or like the weekend that it was a blizzard and we made a fort in our house.
Well, that's fun.
That's what I'm saying. That's fun. That would be my number one before like some big bougie trip. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me being cheap too. That could be it.
Anyway, that's what's been on my mind. What's on your mind?
Well, I didn't mean to take over the what's on your mind.
It's okay.
It's supposed to be your mind.
What's on yours?
I'm so sorry.
What we talk about?
I'm looking at the audio and I just spoke for so much of that your mind. What's on my mind? We know too much. We just know too much. I talked to you about this already this week because it was on my mind. But like, have we ever known this much? Like, do you used to get like a farmer's almanac of like everything for the whole year? And it'd be like, this is what the moon's doing. This is what the weather's doing.
What?
This is what's new. And now we just know everything so fast. And it's like, oh, we have to be informed. Maybe you do. We don't all have to be as informed as we are. And I'm talking about doom scrolling. I'm not talking about like major important things happening. I'm talking about like doom scrolling and just like all the anxiety that comes with like knowing everything that we know these days about everything. Like all of the horrible things that happen in the world. We just know it immediately. We hear about it immediately. Like the plane crashes or like you wouldn't have heard about that. Well, I guess there were planes 200 years ago, but you would have heard about horrible things happening across the globe 200 years ago, at least at the capacity that we hear about them now.
That's true.
And so that's not a hot take or anything. I've just been thinking about it and I'm like, do I try to know less? But then that makes you sound like a stupid person. And I haven't found a way to say this that makes sense, but I hope it makes this much sense and I don't just sound like a crazy tinfoil hat person. But we just know too much. Do you disagree?
I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me.
What doesn't make sense?
Well, no, it makes sense. I just we just know what we know, you know? That's where we are in the world right now. We don't have to communicate by telegram, so of course we know more.
Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just going to try to know less. And if people judge me for that, not about the things that we need to know, but about what we don't need to know. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Like
That's
we
what's
just
on my
know
mind.
about everyone's life so much because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... And
But
a lot
isn't
of
that
it's-
what we're
a
doing
lot
right
of it's
now?
useless.
Letting people know about our life, and it's useless to other people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Completely what I'm talking about.
Right.
No one should be knowing everything
Don't
we're
watch.
putting
Zach
out
is
here.
saying, "Don't watch our podcast. You
don't.
know too much."
But if you already are going to know that much, might as well make it be this podcast.
Oh, okay, great.
So this and then other junk that you're consuming. Let
We're
it at
top
least
tier
be
is
this
what you're saying?
top of the pile junk. But if you're cutting it, you can cut us.
What did we eat this week, Zach?
I have
Let's
no
go.
idea.
Let's start
Truly.
last Friday. Last Friday, I made some Goodles mac and cheese and brought it to my show. And your family came to see my show. And
It's
what you
called
guys?
Goodles?
Yeah.
I never
Good
knew that.
noodles. Goodles.
Wow.
What did you eat last Friday with your fam?
Oh, I remember I went to my family's house to eat with them before the show.
You probably had some like chicken something.
It was like Italian.
Yeah.
It was like some sort of Italian.
Makes sense. This week we did really bad. We went on like a big Costco haul and got just a bunch of like random like essentials, but we did not go to Trader Joe's this week.
That's crazy. That never happens.
I know. And like I didn't cook it all this week. So on Saturday night I had a Trader Joe's bowl left over that we had gotten the week before, like one of their orange chicken bowls or something like that. Mm-hmm. Do you know what you ate on Saturday night? I don't know what you did.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
oh.
I need to like look at my phone for this. Let me see.
Well, I know what we did on Sunday. Okay. Sunday was the Oscars, and we ate like some meatballs because of what else would you eat during the Oscars? So
They were like
barbecue
meatballs, but they had like there's like a fruit in there too. It wasn't
They were
barbecue. It was just barbecue.
Sweet barbecue.
Is that really what it was?
Yeah.
I always thought there was like plum in there. I heard it. After I
Plum
said it.
meatballs?
I thought. I don't know.
There was also marinara meatballs.
I'm just trying to remember stuff. What was Saturday? I don't know.
That's okay. We don't need to remember every meal.
I'm really trying to remember. Oh, I went to my friend's house and we had burgers.
Oh, nice.
This is just all important stuff you have to know. I can't believe that was my thing on my mind, and now we're like, I had a burger Saturday night. Okay.
We were talking about Sunday. Monday, I had another Trader Joe's bowl.
Okay. That was what day?
Monday,
I had a grilled cheese. I made it after film school, and it was delicious. Sourdough grilled cheese slaps.
Yum.
So good.
Tuesday, we went to an event, and they had like little finger food sandwiches and veggies tray and fruit
I might
tray.
have made a grilled cheese before I went there.
Oh.
It's kind of my grilled cheese era right now.
Wednesday night, I hung out with a friend, and we went to Chile's, and we split the triple dipper.
Wednesday night I showed houses, and then me and my clients went to Olive Garden.
Yum.
And I had the soup and salad.
Olive Gardens, I would chow on Olive Garden right now. Are you hungry?
Did we talk about a diet for me last week?
We did.
Because that has fallen off. If you can't tell. What day is it? Oh gosh. We're a week into March? I thought I did at least a week of the diet.
No, you did like 2 days.
Those were the longest 2 days ever. Which 2 days?
I don't even know.
Mentally, I dieted.
I think you had like a smoothie for breakfast, and then you would get to dinner and be like, pizza, burger.
Wow, that is crazy. Oh, I wasn't going to do fast food. That's what it
You've
was.
had Olive Garden and
Yeah, and grilled cheese most of the nights.
yeah.
I had someone ask this week.
We'll get them in April.
This April. I know, it has to start on the first of the month for
It
a
does.
good diet.
Everyone knows that.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then Thursday.
We had Noodles and Company at our young adults.
Yes.
And breakfast, lunch, dinner.
So I had 2 dinners last night. Jeez. Okay.
It was a mac and cheese bar, and it slapped.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Now all I want is Olive Garden breadsticks.
This is like... This podcast really is just like...
Yappin'. It's a yappin' podcast.
It's really just like... hey, we suck at eating and we suck at getting stuff done. Because next is what we're working on, right?
Yeah. Good, perfect transition. Good job.
Thank you.
What we're working on, basically the same stuff I was working on last week. I sang at that event that we went to on Tuesday night. Still working, still in my musical. That's about it.
This week, I'm working on getting everything done for my taxes.
Ugh.
I call it Heck Week, spelled differently. And it is the absolute worst week of my whole year. I'm doing it this week because my friends Jeannie and Joseph, who I run the real estate company with, are gone at a film festival. They're taking a poster of me, calling it Flat Zach.
Did you give them that idea?
I did.
Well, that was our special thing.
It's anybody who goes on a trip without me thing.
Oh, perfect.
And so they're taking Flat Zach, and I'm staying out. I'm holding down the fort. If any clients
I wish that we had easier access to the basement because I have Flat Zach downstairs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Which tub? We have like 40 tubs in our crawl space.
Probably more. I told someone last night 75.
Oh, I don't... Gosh, do you think it's that?
I don't know.
We're just leaving it. When we move, we're leaving the tubs down there.
That has like my baby stuff in there.
What baby stuff?
Like sentimental stuff.
Wait, but
like my music theory homework.
That's your baby music theory homework? What are we even talking about? We haven't accessed those tubs once.
But they're for sentimental life.
Of what?
Being sentimental, showing our kids someday. Here's the pictures.
I guess if we move to a place with a crawl space, we just...
We're in one.
Fill it, the next one with it. Okay. But anyway, I gotta do taxes this week. I'm not excited. I am not excited. But I gotta go through and remember every single drive I took. Luckily, I take a lot of pictures. Is that your stomach?
I was gonna
Do you need a grilled cheese?
I need some. Well, you started talking about Olive Garden. Now I want Olive Garden breadsticks.
The stomach starts gargling immediately. I need to remember every drive. I need to remember every business expense. So I go through every credit card statement and I just like sort out which ones are which, and then find the receipts for them after that, and then add them all up on a spreadsheet, and then there's something else horrible to it. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's gonna be like probably.
No one likes taxes.
Yeah, but if I kept track as I went, that would be so much better. But I like to just live and let live all year, and then just have it be one horrible week versus a little bit of horribleness every day. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I mean, it does, but I'm just deciding what's better.
This is the latest in the year I've done Heck Week. It's gonna be fun. So I guess next Friday we'll find out if I got it all done. That's a good little motivator for me. I'm going to get it done. Let's go. That's what I'm working on. That's going to be my main thing. Oh, and I got to do some continuing education. So it really is Heck Week. It's not going to be fun.
That's not like a fun week for Zach or for Kristen.
No.
Last little thing for the day. What are we watching? We already mentioned it. We watched the Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
They were fine.
They were lame this year.
Yeah.
Really, really lame.
I mean, Cynthia Erivo's performance was immaculate.
Yeah, but we missed that the first time we watched it.
Yeah, but we
watched
went
that
back and
after the
watched
fact. Okay.
Yeah, but it was so good. And besides that, it was just a typical Oscar night. We always compete to see who will guess better. I have beat Zach for the past couple years, and I did not this year, unfortunately. But I did pretty good.
You did pretty good. You came really close to beating me. I got Best Actor and Best Actress wrong this year, which I normally don't get wrong. But, a little gamble with both. And they were kind of surprise winners. So I don't feel too bad about it. But normally I get the main, 6 categories right.
We got Best Picture and Director. We knew.
Yeah. I got 15. That's normally what I get.
I got 9. It was a low year for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess you got at least 16 last year. But you were way ahead most of the night because you got all of
the
short
random ones?
film documentary. And you got all of the random ones right. And I got all of them wrong. And so you were ahead of me most of the night. And I was just because you don't pay attention to any of this stuff.
No.
And I do. So when she's ahead of me, I'm just we are both really competitive too.
Very competitive.
It's really bad.
It's bad.
So for Oscar night, I was pretty stressed out.
Keep you on your toes,
That's true. And you beat me last year by 1 or 2 answers. Yeah. So
You were mad last year.
Better luck next year, Lester.
We'll see.
We started The Bachelor. We're behind. So no
We're
spoilers
very
in the
behind.
comments,
we're
please.
2 episodes in. What episode are they on?
Like 6. So we're not too behind.
Oh, we're kind of behind. We can catch up.
I'm eating it up. I'm loving it. Zach has never watched it, and you love it, don't you?
I've watched like 2. I've watched this much before.
But you're liking it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
She's like, you No, it's actually for garbage TV. It's pretty good.
Love us some good garbage TV. Besides that, we really haven't watched a lot of other TV. We just basically watched Severance this week, which we can get into. Should we talk about it this week?
We can. So I guess if you're avoiding Severance spoilers, we'll catch you in the next one because we're talking spoilers now.
And this is your final warning. Turn it off.
2 of them. 2 warnings.
Turn it off. All right. I enjoyed this week's episode. Lots of people are hating on it. This is to clarify, Severance season 2 episode 7.
8.
Episode 8. So again, this is your 3rd warning. Episode 8 of Severance season 2. Okay, now I'm gonna start. It was good. Again, I think we talked about this last week, how everyone's getting just too into the mystery.
It shouldn't be episode 8. It should have been like 3.
3 or 4.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't do that because she was getting the calls and that was kind of tying into the larger story, but just don't have that be a thing. You know what I mean?
But people are hating on it, like all over social media. People are just like, this is the worst episode of all time, and I can't believe they do this. And it's not. It's a filler episode. It's not. It doesn't have the high stakes, and nothing is going to compare to last week's episode. So it's like, if people are judging it on that, or if they're judging it based on like the mystery stuff. But like, that was a pretty big spoiler, finding that out that Cobell is the one who created Severance.
And it's the same thing as like what I was talking about last week with like, if you're only obsessed,
Well,
if
that's
you're
what I
only
just
obsessed
said.
with the sci-fi,
Yeah, that's what I just
you'll
said.
be disappointed. But the show is about grief.
Yeah.
And so this is another angle of her
Experiencing
escaping
grief.
her grief into her work.
Because-
and that's what the whole show is about, is using work as to escape grief.
But her work
So she's the
caused
same as
her
Mark.
grief.
No. Well, yes,
Yeah,
but
because they stole her idea.
I'm going with the theory that she came up with the chip to sever her mom when she was in pain and then
Yeah.
bring her back when she wasn't.
Yeah, but then, yes, but then also she has grief with Severance because they took her idea.
She does, but I think the episode was more about her and her mom.
Yeah.
Like, thematically or whatever. But I think to tie it in with the sci-fi, the 10% at the end is like, oh, it ties in with the bigger story, the bigger mystery. And also just shows how corporations really are cults by, they take people's ideas and take credit for them just like a cult leader would. So
The biggest thing I'm wondering, though, is like, I feel like those papers aren't going to do anything. Like,
yeah, who cares?
like she could bring those to the company and be like, look, I came up with it. And they could just like even the aunt was like trying to put him in the fire. Like they could literally just like get rid of them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to do.
That's why I think it was more for her. Like to prove to herself that she was the one who did that. Like she wanted that.
Yeah.
It was a really personal stakes episode, which I like more.
This is the first
We also haven't
episode.
talked about 7 on this podcast. We watched 7 after we recorded this last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What I was going to say, though, is last week for 7. This is what I was going to say. This is the first episode of Severance in a while that I'm like, I don't need to watch it again. Like,
I want to watch it again.
I mean, I'm going to because I always do. But this is the, like, if I did, I'd be like, hey, I don't need to see it again.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first episode in a while. But I don't think that means it's a bad episode. It just, I feel like was very straightforward. There wasn't a lot of depth to it. Like, I'm just kind of like, I got it.
The floor of this show is still the ceiling of most other shows.
Yeah.
It's still better than most other shows. This worst episode of the season.
Yeah.
It has to have a worst episode.
It
Like
does.
by default, the season has
Not
to have a
everything can
worst
be good
episode.
at season 7, episode 7. And we haven't talked about that, I guess. And it's just a masterpiece of art. It's just art. It's just beautiful.
You're talking about 7?
Yeah. That's all I can really say about it.
speechless about it.
It's
Yeah.
just,
It's going to be the episode they submit everywhere. It's also so hard from a writing perspective, an acting perspective, a character development perspective, to introduce another love interest 16 hours into the show with Helly and Mark, where we've basically only seen them, and we haven't really seen Gemma. We've seen Miss Casey, but we haven't really seen Gemma at all until this last week. And this was the first time we see her, and she won everyone over. Like, everyone. I've seen so many hundreds of comments on people saying how that Gemma and Mark are endgame. People that formerly liked Helly and Mark.
No, I'm all Gemma and Mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like just the fact that they did that shows how powerful the episode is, which is crazy. It's going to be the episode they submit to the Emmys and the Globes.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we said this last week, like, if that's the peak of the show, that's what it's about.
I don't need the show to be better than that episode was.
No.
And if you're a hater on episode 7, the Gemma episode,
you are cut.
You're out of here.
No, not allowed to watch our podcast.
Get off this video.
No, it just has so much to it. And so I've seen lots of theories about where the show's going, and what Cold Harbor is. I've seen that Cold Harbor could be them drowning Gemma, since they asked her about that in the beginning of the episode. I see Cold Harbor being like death, because I think where they're going right now is like they're using severance as a way to sever your brain from things that you're uncomfortable with, like the dentist or plane.
I just thought of something, but finish your thought.
Like dentist or plane, or writing letters, or anything that just causes you stress is they're kind of experimenting on Gemma that way. I saw something, because in the opening credits of Severance, in the very last scene, it kind of shows Helly and Gemma's face like switching back and forth. Yeah. And some people think that Cold Harbor is like Helly and Gemma coming into one or something like that.
Why?
I don't know. Also, Gemma dresses as a different Egan into each room that she goes to.
That's
so people think that she's going to be dressed as Helena Egan into Cold Harbor.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that is interesting.
So I don't really know what they're doing. What was just your gasp about?
I just realized the whole theme of drowning this whole season. Like drowning in grief. Because she says, would you rather be... You mentioned how the Cold Harbor might be drowning her. And now I definitely think it is. Because Milchek in episode 2 says to Mark, you said that you were drowning in... Or no, he said, choking on her ghost? Or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, choking on her ghost. Like the grief. And then Helena gets drowned by Milchek in episode 4. And in the video...
by Irving. But in the video...
that's
why that people think it's connected between Helly and Gemma. Because Helly's the one to be drowned. Helly's the one to be drowned in the video. But then also they ask her, are you more afraid to be drowned or suffocated? And in season 1 is when Helly... suffocates herself.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
It's all connected.
It's definitely drowning then.
No, I know, but I do think it's linked to Helly.
Yeah, probably. Well, if it's not, it could be all of what we're saying, I guess. But also
people were saying...
When is the board going to go into Helly's consciousness? Or Helena's consciousness?
We don't know who the board is. I still think the board is Rickon.
All the Egans are like living inside that guy. That's a pretty common theory.
Yeah.
So when do they transfer into Helena?
I don't know.
Is that what Cold Harbor is?
Maybe.
That's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I like the drowning thing because that ties it all together. And the bobbing for pineapples thing.
Well, people were saying the last thing could be death, Cold Harbor's death, so that you don't have to like experience death. You sever yourself from experiencing death.
Yeah.
And that could be through drowning. I don't know. That's the mystery side of things. The show as a whole, the art, the beauty behind it, insane. And Ben Stiller has said that they are writing season 3. They're in the writing room.
Ben Stiller? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He announced it at the Oscars. They said, what are you working on?
He's the best part of the Oscars.
At the Oscars, they said, what projects are you working on? And he said, we're in the writing room for Severance season 3.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. It took them 2 years to get a writer's room together after the strikes and negotiations, even before the strikes, then the strikes. then renegotiating, then getting the writer's room together, and then production. That's why it took 3 years.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're on it.
They are.
That is hype. I'm trying to think of any other theories, but I think that's
You covered it.
it's a lot of it.
A lot of this is just regurgitated.
Like even in the Cobella episode, they were like children on goats. Like, what are the goats?
Oh! I saw something on this. It's like goats, and then the gesture, and then what are the 4 tempers?
It's all about the 4 tempers, and the goats are one of the tempers.
Oh, like malice,
Woe, malice,
frolic.
yes. Oh, it's always that third. It's always that 4th temper. I'm like, come on. But yeah, the goats are one of those, and so that doesn't help with anything. But
they're one of them.
they're all over.
Are they frolic?
I
Frolic
kind of
and
think
goats.
maybe that was right. I don't know.
Nah. Well, we're eating Severance up. It's our favorite part of the night, although it was only a 37-minute episode. However, next week is 48, and Zach said the finale is an hour and 25 minutes.
Movie.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We only have 2 weeks left of Severance reviews. What are we going to watch after that? I don't know.
Who knows? I remember
Something that I want to watch. I want to watch New Girl.
Yes.
A good
We've
old
watched
rewatch.
it, but it's been a long time.
I know. I forgot most of it, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Honestly.
honestly, I'd love to
Rewatch New Girl.
That's what our life looks like in very big detail. We would love to film a house tour for you. We would love to talk about wedding planning or Disney trips, tips and tricks, anything that sparks your interest. So if there's a topic you want us to talk about, let us know in the
that's a good
comments.
idea.
Make sure you guess what we're drinking.
You'll never guess.
You'll never guess.
You'll never get it right.
And I think that's all. So give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment, and we will see you all next week.